Why don't you just let the thing run away?
I really have tried. You ready?
All right. Welcome back. This is episode 136 of the NYYST podcast, presented to you by baseballism.com. I'm your host, Christian, as always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
You!
And Stat Guy Rye.
What up?
No, that was a little bit more bassy than you usually.
He's very off today. I feel like he's
I'm not off.
Are you a little nasally? Is that why? Because like you just woke up like 8 minutes ago?
It out. You know, maybe not doing the whole catchphrase thing.
You're not into catchphrases anymore?
Yeah, just, say
I
what
think he's
up.
pissed off. I think he's pissed off at this team.
Well, it's better to be pissed off than pissed on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and
I like that.
and start the show all with joy. I mean,
I'm pissed off,
stretch.
but fuck it, man. The Yankees are what? 9 games up still? In the
No,
loss
man, the
count?
season's over, guys.
Oh, it is.
It's
You're right.
over.
You're right.
So
I forgot.
That's why
I forgot to
I'm
check
down.
Twitter.
I'm sorry, I'm down today because the season ended. Okay, because they just lost what?
Since he
in a row?
decided that what
Four in
he
a row?
was going to do, it's 3. Since when he decided that he was going to do whatever he was going to do and be more, what did he say last week?
Best rated show we've
I'm going
ever.
to be more real and transparent, or
Yeah.
whatever the friggin' word that he used was. You become a caricature of yourself.
I become
exactly.
myself.
I'm just trying not to become a caricature.
I am a caricature. Do you understand?
You got to
this?
change things up every now and again.
Me sitting here and being like this, and the Yankees really are going to be good this year. and whatever. That's not me. I'm a comedian.
No, you're what you are. Is
I'm a
You know what I
clown.
want to say?
What?
I can't believe it, but I actually think I miss Michael K in the booth because I can't
Well,
listen to
because
one
you're
more game
listening
of
to Game
Flaherty.
of
I'm actually excited that the game's
Is
on ESPN
Flaherty
tonight.
that bad?
Have you never listened to him?
No.
I
know
get
it.
it though. Like he's trying, but what dirt does he have on John J. Filippelli that he still has a job at Yes
No,
Network?
he's really good as an
He
analyst.
is. No, he's great in the pre and post, but why is he in the booth? Why isn't Bob
Yeah.
Lorenz or Jack Curry in the booth at this point?
Bob Lorenz
Well, I don't know if
is
Jack,
actually-
can Jack Curry call a game. I mean,
No, Jack Curry would probably be in the same level
No, Jack
as
Curry
Flaherty.
was good when he did.
I think Lorenz could call a game.
No,
Lorenz
With
has-
Paul O'Neill, Paul O'Neill, and Coney would be a good combo. Flaherty, you had your chances, man. Stay in the friggin'.
He has no.
Yeah.
He's
He's not bad pre-post.
No,
game.
he knows his stuff. It's
You
just
need
really
to
not.
show emotion when you're
Yeah.
calling a game,
and he tries that. He's trying this year, but it doesn't translate. It just doesn't
He's like-
work. He's too monotone,
And then he's like, and then I cringe. Like I just want to go in a corner and hide
He's
when
not
he goes.
good.
When he goes, reliever getting his gun hot out in the
Deep
bullpen. I'm like,
drive.
shut up. Nobody says getting
He's not
his gun
good.
hot.
He's good
I don't know, man.
pre-post.
So it made me think. I'm like, I actually think I miss Michael K, and it makes you appreciate Michael K. A
You know what
bit.
I want to do? I want to find out what the Yankees record is when John Flaherty is announcing.
Yeah, because
the
he
game.
probably just
He's
his
probably the
energy-
reason.
his
Let's blame
energy
it on
probably-
him. Let's blame it on
honestly,
someone.
It might be his fault.
Do you know what their run differential is during the last 7 games?
It's probably really bad.
It's so bad.
Is it?
It makes me want to vomit.
Wait.
First of all, they're 2
Well,
and
all right, wait. Their last how many games?
7. They're 2 and 5 in the last 7. So I'm taking this from the last Rockies game.
Which was 8-4, right? They lost. That's
Very good.
4.
Yeah.
Then they
And
won
I'm taking it through yesterday.
10-8. Then they won 10-8. So that's a 2.
False.
they lost the first game in Minnesota 8-6.
Oh yeah.
Then they won 14-12. Then they lost. Then they won 10-7. Was it 10-7? 9-7.
Yeah, 10-7.
Then they got murdered 19-3. And
How
then
do
they.
you fucking remember this
Ah.
shit?
And then what? I don't remember what's Friday's game.
10-5, 9-5.
10-5, 9-5.
So that's what.
Wow, you're good, dude.
Yeah.
I love how
I always
I love how
compliment
he
him on
doesn't remember the most recent 2, but he remembers.
No,
all
I knew
those
what the
games.
score was.
that. So what is that,
yesterday.
like 25?
Dude, they got outscored 73-47.
That was like some Rain Man shit right there.
That was
Like
73 to
10-3, 7-4.
47. That's not good.
Okay, so
Wait, what's the run differential?
73 runs given up to 47 scored
They gave up 73 runs.
in 7 games. That's more than 10 a game. You're
That's
not going
like
to
a
win
good
games
football.
that
That's
way.
a good football team. A good
It's
defense.
a fucking great football team.
Yeah, maybe Larry Rothschild should be a defensive coordinator in the NFL.
For the NFL. Dude,
Well, if you're a little confused right
are
now,
you concerned?
Can you just give me a second here?
Just give him 1 second.
Mr. Caricature over there. There's certain protocols that we still need to do here. The show's coming out on Sunday. People want to get refreshed and be like, "Oh, why is the show out on Sunday?" Well, Yanks are playing Sunday Night Baseball. This is if you're new to the show. When the Yanks play Sunday Night Baseball, we record before Sunday Night Baseball to kind of lead you in.
My favorite Sundays.
I feel like they haven't played a lot of Sunday Night Baseball this year.
Haven't.
I'm not complaining.
What, 2?
To try to, as we lead you into the big game tonight. So
they played what, 2 all year?
I don't know. Who cares?
Is there second?
Both against Boston? Or Houston maybe was one.
I hate Yankee Twitter.
Did they play Houston on Sunday night? I feel like they might.
I don't know. I just
No, it was old. I think they played
Cleveland.
Wasn't that Old Timers
I
Day?
hate
against
Yankee
Houston?
Twitter.
No.
I hate
Old
Yankee
Timers Day was a
Twitter.
day game. Because
Can
I
I
remember
talk?
I was doing the hype video and I was up.
Yeah, did they play Houston in
Oh.
Old Timers Day?
They might have. Who cares? Yeah. No, the Rays. They played the
No,
Rays.
I don't think it was Houston.
They played the Rays, guys. I'm telling you right now.
Kansas City.
The Rays.
No, it was somebody good. That's why I always wondered why they would schedule a good team against.
After you find out it's the Rays, then
What were you about to say?
I hate Yankee Twitter, man. I
Yeah.
really do. I hate when the Yankees are bad, not because it bothers me that they're going through a rough time, but because I can't stand the fans anymore.
But like,
I got ripped that I'm a Yankee.
yeah, I saw that.
I mean,
dude. There
Christian,
were a lot of people going.
Christian always gets ripped for
I was
this.
laughing. I was liking every comment that was against you.
Thanks.
I retweeted.
Christian always gets ripped for being a Yankee.
The Houston game wasn't Sunday Night Baseball, by the way.
No,
Can
I
you
know.
listen to
I
me
said
for a
I made
I
that
second?
can
up.
hear you and do this at the same time.
You get ripped for being a Yankee apologist. Is that a good word?
I guess.
Is that the right word?
That's what you want.
Yeah, it's a good word.
But I never do. I never get ripped for that. I will tell you. So someone who I don't even know why I give these people the time of day. Kid has like negative 10 followers, and he's like my.
That's the
critique.
thing, man. Just stop answering these.
Sometimes you have to though, because what else is social media for? I'm just gonna do it, and then
you're the one.
Sometimes
You're
I'm
the
fucking
one that
bored.
starts the conversation. Yeah.
Look, I've gotten
you're right.
better
Sometimes I'm
at
bored.
ignoring these people.
You kind of have.
But there are some things that you cannot ignore, bro.
Yeah,
This
but
guy, look, Ryan, I'm gonna.
But
read
sometimes you
no,
need
I
to
know,
stir
man.
the pot.
No, I know.
Sometimes
No,
you-
I know.
Ryan, I'm
Sometimes
gonna
you're bored. And
I
you
commented
I
on
agree with that.
Christian. He's fighting with the guy who
I'll
has a
give you that.
SpongeBob caricature of his face, and
So my picture is Brett Gardner
his-
with a friggin' wig
Ryan,
on.
listen to this, Ryan. This is my tweet yesterday, right? This is my tweet.
Maybe
yesterday.
it's me. Maybe it's my burner account. Just
I
screwing
said
with you guys.
Gleyber
One of them
Torres.
might be.
This is my.
Nah, I
this
don't
was
have a
my
burner.
tweet yesterday. Okay, Gleyber Torres is a core piece of New York Yankees.
you want to talk to the
when
mic
you
so
are
people can hear
trying
you?
to win a World Series, you don't trade your core pieces. You especially don't trade them
Yeah.
when they are 22
I like
years
that,
old
when
and a
you're
two-time
taking that.
All-Star. If you don't get that, we can't talk baseball. Okay.
I agree.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's your
This
opinion.
is the response that I get, and this is something like I can't.
Wow, you don't know baseball.
No, I can't ignore something like this because it's so stupid. I agree he's a core piece, but if it was up to me, he wouldn't be a starter either. I get he's 22, but has a lot to learn. Yesterday's game showed me that DJ is my choice for the everyday second base.
See, but like,
DJ's
why do you
hurt, you
even give
fucking
that,
jerk
why
off.
do you even entertain that person?
Because,
hold on,
Ryan-
hold on. That person thinks Gleyber Torres shouldn't be a starter. Clearly, he's not in the same realm of as you as a baseball.
Because sometimes
fan
you
or-
need to just call people out on being so.
But what are you
fucking
going to say
stupid.
that's going to convince that
No
guy?
one, nothing. But you need to expose these people so that more people see it and like it and follow you. That's got to be you. It's
And then
you.
this is
Yeah,
his
it's me,
response.
Is it your
guys.
burner?
No, my burner would be amazing.
Your
I should
burner
make a
is the
burner.
guy who fucking rips me with the
No.
Kramer avatar.
I swear I do not. I swear on the Yankees season, I don't have a burner.
So then I quoted it and
that
said,
is Yankee. Like
and
I
then
don't
said,
think I haven't burned you guys.
I'll just check Twitter to see how crazy the Yankees fan base has gotten. Twitter, and then show his tweet. Then he responds and says, "You must." This is. I'm going to read it exactly verbatim here. You don't see the amount of errors he makes. Plus, he's not outplaying DJ LeMahieu. I'm a true Yankee fan.
What is
since
everyone
Big
have to outplay?
George.
Yep.
If George was still living, he'd be in AAA.
Guess the fuck what, bro? He's dead as shit.
Now, if George was still here, Glaber wouldn't be on the Yankees.
Gleyber Torres probably would have been traded. Okay.
Yes.
Nor would he. You know what? Nor would he probably even been a Yankee, because I doubt George would have let Brian Cashman break the team down in 2016.
Can we go?
Yeah.
Can we? Can I get back to my point I was trying to get to 20 minutes ago? Thanks.
Your point is that sometimes you get such dumb responses from people that they just need to be called down on it. Like, I'll read something and be like, you know what, bro? You're just being irrational right now. I don't have the energy for it. But when you read something like somebody telling you that Gleyber Torres shouldn't be the starting second baseman on the New York Yankees, that's something that needs to be called out.
Here's my
I'm
rule.
sorry.
I
wouldn't be doing my job as a podcast host and somebody that tries to have a social media presence if I didn't call these fucking morons out.
Here's my host. Oh, my host. Jesus Christ. Here's my theory. If someone is clearly just being a troll to me, I will ignore it. But if someone is legitimate in their theory, in their take, and it is so unbelievably wrong, I will take the time to call them out. Like this guy, he goes, my critique is that Chris Stacey doesn't know how to. This is you. No. Is it you?
I just swore in the Yankee season, dude. If it's me, that I'm a really bad Yankee fan.
That Chris Stacey doesn't know how to
I wouldn't
rip the Yankees when it's needed, and all he does is say how great they are. I literally screenshot 4 pictures within a day's time of all the times I've been ripping the Yankees. Let's be real. This team, this pitching staff right now, not before, not after, because I don't know what's going to happen. This pitching staff right now in these last 7 games has been horrific. Horrific. They are lucky they're 2-5. They should be 0-7. They should be. That's my take on it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this team sucks, or that Brian Cashman is lost, or that Aaron Boone is a moron, or that this team won't even make the playoffs. This is what it is. They suck right now in the last 7 games. What's going to happen to make them better? And can this team win a World Series if, in fact, they don't get a starting pitcher? I don't know. Last week we said maybe. Now I don't know. Because
so what you're saying is they're as bad as they're showing. Because my take has not changed. This is a slump. Teams go through slumps.
Absolutely.
Rotations go through slumps. Unfortunately for the Yankees is that they're all slumping at the same exact time.
Which always happens with this team. But my issue is not that they're slumping. It's who they're slumping against. And you are now facing the Twins and you're facing the Red Sox, 2 teams that you can very likely face in the postseason. And that's what's bothering me.
The Yankees couldn't have pitched any worse than they did against the Twins, and they still won the series.
It's crazy. Like I said, they're 2-5. They shouldn't be in their last 7 games. They should be 0-7. And even if they were, they're allowed to lose 7 in a row. You don't want it.
No, they're not allowed to lose 7
You don't want it. But this team has been so good.
7 in a row
7
is
in
too
a row
much.
is a lot.
Okay, fine. 2-5 is bad.
Yeah, they're allowed to go 2-5.
2-5 is
But we knew. Look, here's what the Yankees have to do to make me forget all about this. They need to go out there today. They need to have a good game, top to bottom, pitching wise. They need to bury the Red Sox, and they need to come out of this with at least 1 win. Because the Red Sox are going for the throat today.
All right, so look, you just break it down logically, right? As we sit here Sunday morning recording this show, right? We'll bring up the standings so we're factual here. The Yankees are sitting on top of the Red Sox 9 games. They lose tonight, it's 8 games.
Are the Red Sox in second place now?
Yes.
And okay, so there's still 9 games, and we're flipping out. And what are they? 28 games over 500. Okay.
And what? So, the Yankees have a series against the Diamondbacks, and then they play Boston again. Boston again.
So you're telling me they can leave Fenway, losing 3 out of 4, but still be 10 games in the loss, 29 games over 500, and we're supposed
Heading
to
into
sit
August.
here.
Heading into August.
This is what I'm trying to get to here. Even if they get swept tonight, they still have an 8-game lead in the division. Do you want to get swept tonight? No, obviously nobody wants to get swept tonight.
Yeah.
But when you build yourself a 12-game lead in the division, this is what it affords you. It affords you to go through these rough stretches.
Yes.
And I'll play devil's advocate, Christian, ready? Because this is how people think. But that doesn't mean that they can just go and get swept by the Red Sox. Every game matters, Christian.
Did I say that?
Game.
Did I say that it was okay?
No.
What I said was
It affords
going
you.
through this rough stretch with a 12-game lead affords you to not have to worry about your standing. Here, let's go through the divisions. Minnesota, 1-game lead.
Which is crazy.
8-game lead. You got Atlanta, 6.5. The Cardinals 1, and then the Dodgers have a 16-game lead. Okay, so there's a few teams out there that would love to be in the Yankees' position to be slumping and still possibly have an 8-game lead in the division.
Right
now, when we recorded last time, we said they needed a sweep. You go into Fenway up 12, you leave Fenway up 12. That's a win for the Yankees. You knock 4 games off the schedule. Obviously, that's not going to happen. You win tonight. You're still in a really good spot. This is what people don't understand. You leaving Fenway Park with 2 games left in July, up 10 games in the division is an enviable spot to be in. You survived the worst stretch of your entire season, and you're still up double digits in the fucking division. Tell me how that's bad. Tell me how that's bad.
Against the reigning World Series champions.
Just tell me how that's bad.
It's not. And here's the thing, and I apologize for people who listen and don't watch on YouTube, and please follow us on YouTube, subscribe, and leave us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Here's how the meter goes. Ready? Yankees win a few games in a row, and it's like, oh, I fucking love this team, man. It's fucking great. Then they lose one, and it kicks back. It's like, we're okay. We'll be all right.
No, it's not even. No,
then they lose 2, and it starts to go in the red. And then it's like, well, you better really fucking figure it out and whatever. And Boone needs to go out there. And then they lose 3, and it's like, this fucking team sucks. Brian Cashman sucks. This whole fucking organization sucks. That's how it goes. And that's how it goes after 3 games.
Yankee fans are like the impatient driver waiting at a red light right when it turns green.
Yep, you're right.
But if you notice, it changes inning to inning. If James Paxton pitches, right, and he gives up 2 runs in the first inning, this guy sucks. You should have never traded for him. I hope he dies.
Yeah, and then he'll strike out the side.
And then the Yankees score 5 runs in the second inning, win the game going away 9-3. Oh man, this team is great. I love this team so much.
Yep.
They just show this great passion to never die.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, has the offense made the pitching staff a little more forgivable this year? Yes. If the offense wasn't this good, would we be more inclined to rip the starting pitching staff all season? Probably. I mean, not one of them has an ERA in the 3s, correct? It's not good.
Because of this last week.
Yeah, but just still in general, their ERAs have been fairly high.
Okay, but their pitching staff ranked in the top 10 in Major League Baseball until this last week.
I understand that.
It's not. Look, you don't want
they were like top 3 in the American League.
They were like 9-10. They were ranked somewhere in that area, which isn't great, but it's not bad. And when you have a bullpen and offense like the Yankees have, you can certainly win with that. It's just they're all pitching terribly at the same time. You would like somebody to just step up.
And you thought CeCe would be that guy yesterday. And he wasn't terrible.
I just don't know what he's got left in the tank right now.
I don't think he's going to make the postseason roster.
So, I mean, yes, he will.
Nah, I think they're going to leave him off.
If he's not going to start, what's the point of having him?
He could still be there.
I was going through it last night. I don't see him making the roster. But he could still
be in the dugout if he's...
Yes,
he'll be there, but he's done.
It's not like they're going... What are you doing? Some shopping there? Are you buying a winter coat?
I'll get a winter coat.
On a Yankee
Can you
article.
get me a winter coat? Are they half off because it's summer? Hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
I mean,
probably,
this is an issue. It's an issue. You got to... As much as I don't think you need to flip out right now, it's still an issue right now.
All right,
because if James Paxton isn't going to be the guy we thought, and if J. Happ, You know, J-Hap's actually probably been the best out of all of them right now.
Yeah.
He has been as
Him and Herman.
shitty as that sounds. That's how bad they've been.
Tanaka's
And you know what? You got to give
7+ his
Herman
last two.
a break here because he's been so good
I'm not
since the
giving
injury.
him any, look,
What? If he's going to be the ace, he's got to.
Masahiro Tanaka.
Tanaka's who I'm going to rip.
I'm not ripping Masahiro Tanaka, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Because this is Masahiro Tanaka. This is his book.
But are the Red Sox his kryptonite?
Why? He's pitched some really big games against them, including the only
Not
game
this year.
They won
including the only game they won in the
start.
division
He's
series
recorded
last year.
like an out. What? How many outs? 5 outs
I
against
said-
him.
I
And giving up
said it-
20 runs.
I said it at the end of their run last season. I'm done critiquing Masahiro Tanaka because of how he pitches in
Yeah,
the
no,
postseason.
no, you're right, right.
He has been
You're right.
terrible his last 2 starts.
But he's gotta be better.
Yeah, he's definitely, especially now. But let's see if he can continue to
The guy
pitch
I'm aggravated with
well in the
is James
postseason.
Paxton because even Boone said this in the postgame after Friday. His stuff was really friggin' good on Friday. He struck out 9 guys in 3 innings?
Yeah, he just makes 1 or 2 mistakes and they go out of the park.
Yeah.
He did it with Mookie Betts 3 times.
It's
Bro,
either pitch
When
location
he
or
came
selection
back
with him.
in the second inning, that was the best he's looked all year.
Meatballs. to
No,
Betts.
remember that second inning we were
Oh,
watching?
dude, yeah, when he struck out the side,
He had a nasty 97, 98 mile per hour fastball that he was
2 miles per hour
pinpointing.
harder.
Oh,
He was hitting his spots.
and I said, wow, it's
making
really
him
this
off
first
balance.
inning. He really settled in that second inning. He was the filthiest I've seen him all year. And then he gets shelled
what
again.
is that then? Like, is that just
Could it be his knee? Could it be the brace? I don't know. Could something still be bothering him? I don't
his
fucking know.
It's kind of the same thing with Severino last year. His stuff isn't any worse. It's not. He's not
Will
showing
you-
any dip in velocity. Is he tipping his pitches? Is he?
Maybe.
You know what's
Is he-
going on?
Will you flip out if the trade deadline passes and the Yankees don't do anything?
Well, we're not there yet. We still have some things to work through right before we get to the
All right,
actual
because
trade
I have a
deadline.
point I want to make
Okay,
too.
so write it down so you don't
I
forget
got it. I got the point.
James Paxton needed to show up in a big way on Friday night. He didn't. Okay. So now what do? You can't really pin all this on CC's shoulders to be the stopper anymore. I just don't know what he's got left, even though I made the point last week about him in the postseason being comparable to Andy Pettit in the 09. And maybe he's just not there anymore. Maybe he's not. Okay. It is what it is.
James Paxton?
No, CC Sabathia.
Oh, okay.
So now where are you left with? You're left with Domingo Germán.
Yeah.
Tonight is this is the biggest night of Domingo Germán's career, without a doubt. You're going to learn a lot about Domingo Germán tonight and whether or not he can actually be an ace or a 1A.
Yeah.
Because if he steps up and throws a fucking gem tonight, you know that you got somebody that you can build your rotation around, or at least be in the top 2 or 3 of your rotation and feel comfortable
It is
with
Domingo.
And if it is Domingo,
And if he gets
does
whacked,
Domingo
pitch well
Pichon
on
Domingo, man.
and if he gets whacked around tonight, then you know what?
Send him back to the fucking.
You can't send him to the minor leagues, but
I know what you mean, bro.
then maybe he's never going to be more than a 4th or 5th starter, or maybe he
yeah,
might
if he gets
be
lit up tonight, then he'll probably be
So
a
you
bullpen
think it's
arm, but-
rational to put this man's entire future on tonight's game? I do. I think it's
I do
rational.
because he's shown how good he can be.
Yeah, it's a
Tonight,
big-
you fucking
this is
man
a
up tonight.
Big game.
You
for him.
grab
This
your
entire
fucking balls.
season, except for we'll wash out the Minnesota start because he was terrible and that, no question about it. His other bad starts, we learned that it was because he was hiding an injury from the Yankees.
You know what the first fucking thing you should do?
So hold on.
Sorry.
So if you take away him being injured, he's had one terrible start all year. Other than that, he's pitched like a top of the rotation pitcher the entire season.
I agree.
So if you are a top of the rotation pitcher, with your team struggling as bad as it is, with this rotation pitching as poorly as it is,
I agree.
You go out there and you put your fucking balls on the mound and you tell the Boston Red Sox, you are not touching me
You go out
tonight.
there and you find that fucking dog.
Yeah,
That's
you were
what you
gonna
do
say that.
tonight. And let me say something. Here's what he should do. Who leads off for the Red Sox?
Mookie Betts.
Okay.
Put
Here's-
one right in his fucking
my
I'm
ear.
telling you
Are
right
you
the fuck
kidding me?
now.
Are you
right.
kidding
I'm
me?
telling you right the fuck now. You
I'm
listening?
done with
you
you,
grab
dude.
your fucking balls on that mound
My
and
mic's
you go
screwed
out there.
up.
You don't hit Mookie Betts. You don't hit him.
Oh, okay.
But you
What'd
fucking
you call him?
What?
What'd you just
I
call
said
him?
I think my mic is screwed up.
Oh, I thought you called
I
him.
think. Well, look where you have a fucking position.
I just don't feel like leaning in, man. My back hurts.
How's this? Look at that.
Yeah, it's better.
Better?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
After the fourth at bat.
Hold on, I'm not done.
Okay,
All right,
go
what
ahead.
are you gonna do to Mookie Betts?
You're gonna fucking throw one right behind his fucking back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you
hell
know what
yeah.
you say?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's what you say. Now I'm gonna fucking paint
And
one
I
on the
want
outside
CC
corner,
top
and no
step.
one's touching me all night.
All right, fuck yeah, I like that shit.
All right. That's what you
He
do.
should have worn a fucking bow tie after he hit the 3 home runs. That fourth at bat, he should have worn
And
one.
I'm telling you, I love Mookie Betts. I respect the guy. He's friggin' phenomenal. But he better get one up and in, a little chin music, or right behind his back.
Too many times this season, the
I like
Yankees have
that.
not defended their pitching staff. And this is, you want to really hang something on them? I'll hang this on them. They don't defend. Outside of CC Sabathia, they don't defend this team the way a pitching
No,
staff should
no,
defend
you're
this team.
right.
How many? I was sitting in Yankee Stadium when Luke Voigt got hit in the fucking mouth with a baseball.
In his
the
mouth.
And not one Rocky even felt uncomfortable. And then-
Rocky. I'm not
Listen, you don't even have to hit these guys, but you just said it. Make them uncomfortable.
You
don't
just
let
hit
him
my
sit in the
starting
box.
first baseman in the mouth. And you don't even have the guts
Make them nice and warm
to
and
move his
comfortable.
feet in the box. No, I'm sorry.
Look, I'm very against that. I don't think that should be a part of the game anymore.
What, hitting guys?
Beaming.
Get the
not
fuck outta
because
here.
no,
Ryan,
hold on.
Luke Voigt got
Let me
hit in
finish
the
one
mouth.
point. Let me
Okay.
finish one point.
Okay.
Not because of the whole it could hurt them or anything. You can't give up base runners. You can't give them a free base runner.
Right.
I'm all for throwing at behind
What if it's
Mookie
10 to
Betts.
2?
Then yeah, bro. Then 12-2 game, 9th inning, 8th inning, go for it. Throw at 5 batters in a row. But to start a game,
All I want.
I know, and I agree. I totally agree. Throw right behind him. Fastball, 95, right
Just
above
send
his
him a
head.
little message.
No, I
But
want
send him a
100.
little
If
message.
you condone and agree that you should be throwing at somebody and putting a base runner on when we're in the Moneyball era where base running and getting on base is the main thing. Why would you give them a free base runner in a game that is close and
Right,
winnable?
you can't.
So that I'm not saying I'm against it because of it's a weapon. I don't care.
It's a weapon.
Yeah,
It could fucking
yeah,
kill
Chapman, it's a
someone.
missile. But I just don't agree with it because I want the team I root for to win. I don't
All right,
want retaliation.
fine.
All right, the Yankees were
I-
10 to nothing in the Rock. You know,
Yeah, no, I'm.
But do you understand?
you got to protect your
I
players
agree.
at some point.
I'm
Do you
not saying I
understand,
don't
though?
agree with that.
Do you understand what throwing behind or up and in at Mookie Betts does? First pitch.
No, that would be awesome, and I want them
Every
to do that.
batter
but
that
you better not
steps
hit him,
into the box after
because
that
then you get Mookie Betts on
goes,
first
holy
base with
fuck.
no outs.
Am
to
I
start
going to
a
get
game.
hit? Am I about to get hit?
And you want to know what? If the Red Sox wake up, the Red Sox are awoken, but if they decide, hey, you know what, we're not going to take that shit, and they score 10 runs in the first inning, you know what? I'll still respect the hell out of Domingo Germán for doing it.
Absolutely.
Because Mookie Betts has fucking terrorized the Yankees this series. And
you
it's
know what?
time that, because, and this goes back to the Terry Francona days and Pedro Martinez, where they threw at will with no retaliation ever against the Yankees. And it's about time somebody stepped up and did something about it.
And I'll tell you what,
Mookie Betts adopted James Paxton by the 6th inning of that game the other night.
he really did.
Well, James
Did he
Paxton,
have all three
James
against?
Paxton was put to bed before the 6th inning.
Oh yeah,
so.
well, yeah, that's why, because he was getting his
But-
adoption in order.
Boone has proven that he's a badass. Like, Boone doesn't take shit. Boone might be quiet and like the happy-go-lucky guy, but don't fuck with Aaron Boone.
Yeah, well, you know what? I see that, and then I don't see it because, you know what? As much as I love Boone, I want to see somebody wear one.
Want to know what the problem is? The problem is that these guys are all best friends now. Like, you watch the All-Star game and the way they like whoever's there from the Red Sox, whatever, they're all best friends. They all text each other. So it makes it a little more
Yeah, but
difficult.
you know what? From April through October, your best friend should
Back
be wearing
in-
the same uniform.
Back
as
in
you.
the
You wanna be
late
friendly in
90s, early
December?
2000s, there was no
I
Facebook.
don't-
There was no fucking texting. These guys all hate. They were true
The Yankees
enemies.
just don't have that feud anymore with the Red Sox. It's more with the
That's what I'm
Rays.
saying. That's really what I'm
Because,
saying.
you know, pretty much since 2004, the Red Sox have eaten the Yankees' lunch every time they played. So,
I
what?
thought you were
what-
going to say something else instead.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm fucking fired up right now. I'll bet my life Mookie takes some gin music. Bet my fucking life.
You'll bets on it.
I'll bets on it. I'll take all bets. Trade deadline yet?
Yeah. So here, well, before we get to the actual trade deadline here, right? This is something that I want to work through here because it's a common thing that I keep hearing. You got to fire Larry Rothschild. You got to fire Larry Rothschild.
Worst thing to happen to the Yankees, Larry Rothschild.
Let's have a rational conversation right now, right? Let's not yell. Let's not curse. Let's not scream. Let's just talk it out.
Okay, Talkman out.
We'll talk it out, right?
Talkman, who made a phenomenal play yesterday.
By the way, we'll get back to this in a second, but just that the Yankees, with Brett Gardner and Giancarlo Stanton on the injured list, are going with an outfield of Cameron Maybin and Mike Talkman while Clint Frazier scratches his ass down the strand.
It's crazy.
Okay? Just think about
put it in
that
people's minds
for a second. Okay, I saw a tweet yesterday. All these great players like Talkman and Hicks and Urshela and blah, blah, blah that have come to the Yankees and gotten better. But how many pitchers have come to the Yankees and gotten better? And then the guy he didn't list anybody. So let's look at Sonny Gray here, right? Sonny Gray.
That's actually a great point. What pitchers have come to the Yankees and have actually gotten better?
Sean Chacon, Aaron Small.
Yeah, but
that was pre-Larry era.
That was pre-Larry. All right, so let's look at Sonny Gray here. We got to bring him up here, right?
Chad Green's gotten better, but he
got fixed in Scranton, by the way. Okay.
Sure.
Sonny Gray, right now.
Trying to give something for Larry.
Is anybody surprised that Sonny Gray is pitching to a 3.29 ERA?
No.
Okay. Now, that's the first thing everybody wants to go to. Sonny Gray sucked when he was with the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
Now he goes to the Reds, and he's good. He's Sonny Gray. He's the guy that Brian Cashman thought he was going to get. That's on Larry Rothschild, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you blame Larry for that?
No.
I can't hang that on Larry because
guy's a head case.
Because we don't have to go through the splits again, but look at Gray's splits on the road when he was with the Yankees compared to when he was in New York. Okay, now let's look at
Sonny
a guy.
Gray was an ace on the road.
Yeah, he
literally.
I wouldn't say ace.
If Sonny Gray did post games and he was like, yeah, man, fuck it. I just couldn't handle it. I just didn't have a good grip on my changeup. But you know what? Next time out, I'm going to get it and I'm going to shut him down. Instead, he was like, well, I had my changeup and that didn't work well for me. And maybe next time. No.
Does he miss Daisy now?
Here's another one that people want to bring up. Lance Lynn, who with the Yankees last year pitched to a 4.14 ERA. Not terrible, right?
No,
pretty serviceable.
Respectable, yeah.
Pretty serviceable for what the Yankees needed him to. But he goes to the Texas Rangers now, and he's 13-6 with a 3.83.
Ace.
Larry's fault. Larry ruined him. He leaves, and he gets better. Okay? Who else do you want to go down the line?
If you think a pitching coach,
James, look at James Paxton. What do you have? A 3.74 last year. Got traded for a top prospect. Comes here. He sucks now. Larry's fault. Right?
you're starting to make me really believe it is Larry's fault.
But look at this. Here's the point about Larry Rothschild. I hear all the complaining, the nonstop complaining about, oh, we didn't get Dallas Keuchel. Oh, we didn't get Patrick Corbin. Oh, we didn't get Justin Verlander. You think Larry Rothschild is the fucking problem and the root cause of all the Yankees pitching issues? You think he would have, what have these guys done here?
Right.
What would these guys done here?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's because people aren't rational. They need to always blame somebody. Here's something to blame. Are these guys that are so great somewhere else pitching against the AL East?
No.
Are they pitching in high leverage games right now?
Sonny Gray is pitching in the worst division in Major League Baseball.
Literally the worst. And what's the Reds' record?
They're under 500.
Are they playing in meaningful games right now that will impact their pennant race?
The Cincinnati Reds are in fourth place in the NL Central. They're 47
in the worst fucking division.
Okay.
That division's so bad it's actually entertaining.
Well, I guess you could say the West in the AL West is worst because none of the other teams.
Oh, and who pitches in the AL West that we just spoke of?
the NL West. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But the Dodgers are probably the best team in Major League Baseball, so it kind of outweighs the mediocrity in that division.
Yeah, that's like the AL East being so top heavy, and then the bottom two are just
So people
friggin'
just
minor league
don't
teams.
take like.
Oh, he should have
all-
got Patrick Corbin. Yeah, let's look
Patrick
at
Corbin. Screw him.
No,
you want to
Corbin
pay that
could-
kind of money
yeah,
to that
it's
guy?
just the
Come
money, yeah.
on.
Let's look at Patrick Corbin right now, right? Just for shits and giggles. Patrick Corbin. Could the Yankees use a guy with a 3.6 WAR with a 3.25 ERA right now? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's also pitching in the National League where he gets a free out every inning or so.
Plus, Larry Rothschild's not his
Plus,
pitching coach.
do you think he'd be pitching to a 3.25 ERA if
No.
Larry Rothschild was here?
Minimum
So,
4. Minimum 4.
5.5 probably.
Fine.
You got to think too. Their last two series were against two of the most high-powered offenses in baseball this
Well,
season.
that's part of my point.
playing at in the hottest 2 weeks of the year.
Yeah,
It's been the
it's
weather's
part of
been
my
hot.
it's part of my point before in saying it's not so much that they're going through a rough patch; it's who they're going through. A rough
They
patch
played
against.
the best offensive team this season, or one of the best offensive teams in the Twins, and then they had to play one of the hottest teams in baseball, in the Red Sox.
Everybody
Who's
wants
also-
Marcus Stroman.
A lot
Marcus
of
Stroman,
a lot of baseball's about timing and stuff, and
Yes, it
the
is.
timing of it just didn't line up well right now.
Marcus Stroman, 2.96 ERA. What's going to happen when Larry gets his hands on him?
I mean, all right, hold on. Let me
Four-
point this
4.5.
out. Let me point this out. Of the 4 of the top 5 teams in runs scored this season are Boston, the Yankees, the Twins, the Dodgers, and the Rockies.
There you
Who
go.
the Yankees
These last
just
3
faced.
opponents were the
Right.
Rockies. the
Look, it's
Twins.
not good that they're giving up runs against but
it
it's
just-
bound to happen, and the timing of it, having to play the 3 of the top 5, including yourself, best offenses in
I'm gonna
baseball,
use
is
this.
when
I'm gonna
your
use this
pitching
to
is
segue.
off. Come on.
I'm going to use this to segue into my point because it doesn't necessarily have to be the trade deadline. But what you just pretty much proved to me was that this team's great. But now that they're facing teams that are explosive offenses, some of the best in baseball, that they might not be built for the postseason just yet to make a full run, right? But how many fucking teams are built to win a World Series before the trade deadline? 3 teams came to mind in the last however many years, right? When the Cubs won, who would you argue that if they didn't have this guy, they
Yeah,
wouldn't have
Chapman.
done it? When did they get Aroldis Chapman? In the beginning of the year?
No, that's the deadline or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay. Last year for the Red Sox, who would you argue was one of their biggest pieces that took them through October and came in and shut the door on some big games?
Yeah, it was Nathan Eovaldi.
When did they get Nathan Eovaldi? In the beginning of the year?
No, it was a trade deadline.
And
I don't know when, but yeah, he was a midseason acquisition.
and there was one other one.
Well, Justin Verlander.
Okay, the Astros. That was my third one.
Yeah.
Do the Houston Astros win the World Series without Justin Verlander?
Probably not.
Also,
When did they get Justin Verlander?
yeah, which can't happen anymore.
But my point is, very rarely do you watch a team, especially a team that's been injured up and down, and say, wow, they're built for the World Series. This first half, up until the trade deadline, you are evaluating what your team needs to make that final push. We can all sit here and say what this team needs to make a final push. Some of it is out of the Yankees' hands. Some of it has to do with injuries. Some of it has to do with Betances coming back healthy and Severino coming back healthy. But you can't assume those things.
You also have to take into consideration that they don't play the same strategy that they would be playing in October. How many of the games in the past couple games have you been watching and been like, is he keeping this guy in a little
Right.
too long right now? So the kind of ways that they've lost, yes, they've been bad, but certain ways that the game played out probably won't play out in October.
Someone
He's not
tweeted me.
leaving Masahiro Tanaka
Right.
in there to
Exactly.
give
I
up
was
just gonna
12
say that.
runs in
Exactly.
October.
Yeah, he's not giving up
tweeted
11
me
runs there.
and said, why is Tanaka still pitching? I said, bro, it's the end of July. This bullpen
Now-
is exhausted and Tanaka's only at 70 pitches. If he has to be the scapegoat here and give up 12 runs, Boone's going to do it right now.
If this is how their season ends, if this is how they're playing in October against these big teams that they're going to have to face, then you can rip them all you want. But for you to not be like appreciative of what this team is, the entertainment that they've been able to provide for us. I know it's just a sport, but it's just too much, man. This is the most fun I've ever had watching baseball, and they have a couple bad games, and not everyone just, but the narrative and the voice that we all hear is just the negative one. Let's stop pumping all this negativity out on this team that has the potential to win a World Series and provide joy in a sport. It's a sport.
Energy is going to make them play better.
Honestly,
they need to get rid of Larry
I'm a big positive energy guy.
Because that's what somebody told me.
Positive energy is everything in life.
Christ.
Not just in baseball, in everything in life.
I know it's a sport.
If you have a positive outlook on something,
like the Yankees,
you will get a positive result.
It's called a fan, and yes, it's fanatic. But you're supposed to root for the team that you root for.
I'm not a Yankee apologist.
I get it. You don't want what is the term everyone always uses when you two usually are defending the Yankee? Stop living in your glass house with your projector goggles.
You're in a Yankee bubble. I was told
you're not. You're just defending
whatever you. Here's what I say to those people.
That's the phrase.
Go fuck yourself.
No, we're just subjectively giving our opinion on the.
I said after one of these losses, I said I'm gonna choose to remain positive about the team that I root for. You think that positive energy is gonna make them play better?
Christian, we'll be negative when it's time to be negative. What have they done this year that has warranted any sort of true negative outburst that we've seen this week?
Nothing. You can sit here and say, wow, this team probably needs a starting pitcher.
Can they keep giving up fucking 10 runs every single game for the rest of the year? Look at how the Twins, look at Chris, and I don't know if you realize this, but you said that the Indians were going to win the AL Central when we did that prediction show, and they were like 8.5 games up at the time. The Twins are showing.
They were down 8.5.
Yeah, the Twins were up. But the Twins are showing, though, how fast that division can go away.
Yeah.
You can't keep playing like this, but it's totally excusable and it's allowed. Sorry, I got a little loud.
You're right, though.
This is a tweet that I put out yesterday, and I want people to listen to it now. There is a difference between saying the Yankees could use a starting pitcher, I'd feel a lot better about October if they got one, and this team fucking sucks and won't go anywhere if they don't make a trade.
Isn't that what you said in one of your replies?
I'm going to try and pull it up.
Know the difference.
Yeah,
okay?
What was your example? What was your thing?
I'm going to pull it up.
No, I didn't say that. And I'm like, wow, yeah, that's totally...
Who is Justin Verlander? Who's Garrett Cole? These are still human beings pitchers. They're great pitchers. They can slump.
Right. So this was my original tweet. I said,
hard. Sports are hard.
And you can follow me at Chris Jr. _NYYST, by the way. It's truly comical to me that Yankee fans are ripping the team, the manager, and GM right now. Do you know how good this team is? How childish you seem when after 2 bad games, you act like the entire organization is lost? Get a fucking clue, people. It's annoying now. And then, I'm not even going to read this douchebags, but... someone pretty much said to me, well, they need a star. Oh, here it is. Why are you taking a critique of a team as fans ripping them?
That was it.
The starting pitching is an Achilles heel, blah, blah, blah. I said, who's saying I'm talking about people critiquing the team? Here's a critique. Here's a critique. They need another starting pitcher because the rotation now won't cut it. Here's an overreaction. The Yankees and Cashman suck. Boone sucks. They aren't going anywhere this season. Big difference.
Totally.
That's the truth. Fucking hone it in, people. You sound like you're a bunch of nutcases.
Why is that? Why is it rose-colored glasses? What's the point? Why?
I don't know. Because didn't John Lennon wear rose-colored glasses and everybody
imagine I don't know.
The Beatles suck, by the way.
Yeah, okay. Beatles are the best. You're fucking out of your mind.
Don't say that.
Everyone rip Christian now
Yeah,
for that.
that's stupid.
Beatles are one of my favorite bands.
Beatles are
You should honestly
trash.
bleep.
First of all,
honestly bleep that.
Imagine.
Imagine thinking that they're better than Queen.
And then imagine
that.
all the
They
people
probably are.
Not.
living.
They probably are.
I think Queen
All right.
is so much better than
Here
the
we go.
Beatles.
This usually-
than.
If you're still listening to us assholes after 50 minutes,
Yeah, dude.
leave us a review. Queen or the Beatles?
Wow, that's actually a great
How is that?
You want to
debate.
talk about British rock bands? Queen.
Wasn't that a? Wasn't
if you're
that a-
watching on
was that
YouTube,
a
if you're watching
Denzel
on the
Washington
YouTube,
movie, The Great Debate. Was
comment
that about
Beatles
Beatles versus
or
Queen?
comment Beatles.
Did you ever
or
watch
Queen?
that movie,
The
Christian?
Beatles music puts me to sleep.
First of all,
I'm sorry.
Imagine was
All
not
right,
the
what's the
Beatles. It
problem?
was John Lennon and
All right,
what was
well
her
then,
name?
yesterday-
Yoko Ono.
First of all, I said imagine
That was
thinking that the Beatles are better than
I know,
Queen.
did they?
Anyway, first.
No, Beatles are definitely better than Queen.
All right. Well, you two come from the same embryo, so I'm not surprised that you are.
I don't think we come from the same embryo.
come
I
Yeah,
don't,
from
that's
this-
a little weird, dude.
I don't know if that's how it works.
No, I know it's not. But I
we
didn't
got
know
from
too
the
graphic there.
Yeah.
Christian.
I didn't.
Come on,
I didn't
man.
think
This is a
either
fan
one of you.
fucking embryos.
And you're talking embryos.
I didn't think either one of you would be smart enough to pick up.
Well,
on
we're
it.
Last
we're
week you're talking
embry
about-
bros.
Fucking jizz dripping down legs.
Not what I said.
Pretty much. It's pretty
No,
much
That-
what you said,
I
man.
was kidding with the embryo. That was disgusting.
He said that.
Don't say jizz down your leg.
Don't say this word that I'm about to
If
say.
there's any kids listening,
kids,
No kids are listening.
No.
he said jazz. down
I
your leg. He
warned
was talking
everyone
about
not to have your kids
Count
listen
Basie.
All right. Anyway, can we?
Can we get off the jizz and get back to the Yankees, please?
Do you want to say it again?
No.
All right. If I'm first of all, one of the big rumors going around yesterday, right? It was apparently this crazy ass thing that Ken Rosenthal tweeted that the Mets, Padres, and Blue Jays were in some type of fascination with each other about a 3-team trade. That Stroman would go to the Mets, Thor would go to the Padres, and these are the big pieces. You know, the Mets would get other shit too, apparently. And then some top level prospects.
Oh, you didn't
would
tell
go,
me that.
What?
I thought it was straight up Mets would only.
It doesn't matter though. That's not that's not really
Why
the
would
point
they-
though. And then some top level prospects would go to the Blue Jays. Why are the Mets if they're gonna?
I'll tell you
why
why.
are the Mets trading
I'll
Noah
tell you why.
Syndergaard and then going to get Marcus Stroman? What's the point of that?
Because
Yeah,
the Mets
stupid.
have
A bunch of dumbasses
here's
running their
yes.
organization.
the typical team will ask themselves before they make a move, what can I do to make my team better? What can I do to help our team win a championship? The Mets go, what can I do that can maybe screw over the Yankees?
Yeah, that's
Because
true,
trading
too.
Syndergaard and then getting Stroman completely fucks the Yankees.
It does. It takes away 2 moves.
That's all- they literally, I swear, I've been saying this for years, ever since that Jay Bruce bullshit, when they didn't answer the phone like they're some petty 14-year-old.
That's what they are.
Because
They make
at the-
moves in
I didn't
spite
know
of the
this. I
Yankees.
didn't know this until I heard it. When that trade deadline was approaching that year, the Yankees and Mets still had games to play against each other, and the Mets front owner's office did not want Jay Bruce to hit a fucking home run in a Subway
Exactly.
Series game. Are you serious? Come on, bro.
Didn't you read that in one
It's
of the books that you
weird
had?
at this point.
No, I thought their big fear was Jay Bruce being on a fucking parade float.
Crazy. That's how petty it gets, though.
Look, I'm telling
Just
you right
over a
now.
home
Tell me
run.
if you would do this right now, because I'm serious. I'm at the fucking point right now where I'm sick and tired of looking at this rotation. I'm sick and tired of listening to the fans bitch and complain about how bad this rotation is. And I want to win. And I'm a big fucking Noah Syndergaard fan. I don't care what his numbers look like this year. I looked at his
He comes to.
I looked at his numbers previous to this season, and I know everybody's. Here's the big thing: he needs to be fixed right now, right? Oh, who's gonna get his?
Oh, hey, there you go.
Who's gonna get his hands on him? Larry. Larry's gonna get his fucking hands on him. So
They need to get this guy. Then I'll get here. I was like, Larry sucks. It's like the Twilight. I tweeted this too. It's like the Twilight Zone. Same thing goes with this team and the fan base. We love you. We love the passion, but just take a deep breath and just think about it. Just think about it.
Think about it.
You
Okay.
want all these pitchers, but you hate Larry Rothschild.
So what do you want to do?
Guess who's not getting fired right now? Larry Rothschild. So anybody you bring in, Larry's gonna get his hands on. So you're damned if you do.
When
You're
is
damned
Larry
if you
What
don't.
was your
contract
point you were
up?
making? Were you going to say that you would do anything to get Noah Syndergaard?
Listen to this. Would you do this And I would.
I'm going to
really,
close my eyes for this.
I really don't know how the Mets. I really don't know how the Mets
Clint
can.
Frazier, Miguel Andujar.
Stop. Let me work through this, please. Okay. The Mets need to, and I'm not going to use a bad word. I'm going to use the word fleece. Okay. Just
fleece.
to keep it civil here. Okay. The Mets would feel like they need to fleece the Yankees in any trade that they make. Okay.
Right.
So. If you're Brian Cashman, you know that going in, and you know that Noah Syndergaard, by far, in my opinion, and I think maybe in Cashman's opinion, is probably the best pitcher you can go out there and put a package together for and get to help you win. And the Yankees would have, 2 more years of control over Noah Syndergaard, I believe?
Yes.
Okay.
2. Yeah, 2.
You obviously don't give a shit about Clint Frazier. Zero.
There's your fleece.
Okay? No. What do the Mets need? The Mets need a right-handed, power-hitting outfielder, preferably center fielder. Clint Frazier's not a center fielder, but they also play. The Mets also.
Clint Frazier can play center. He can.
Okay, maybe he could, but the Mets are also playing Dom Smith in left field. The Mets also do a bunch of dumb shit.
Mets have their second baseman playing left field.
Their best defensive second baseman plays right field sometimes.
While Robinson Cano.
Okay. Clint Frazier. Boom. Okay.
Boom. Done.
No, not done.
Okay.
What else do they need? A power-hitting, right-handed third baseman. Who do the Yankees have that fits that bill?
Come on.
Miguel Andujar. Miguel Andujar and Clint Frazier. And then you go and tell the Mets that here, I'll give you the Yankees drafted Josh Bro. The Yankees drafted Anthony Siegler. They also need catching depth in their organization. You give them one of those guys and you give them a list of 5 starting pitchers that are in your low-level minor leagues and tell them you can have anyone on that list. Miguel Andujar, Clint Frazier.
Both at the same time?
Both at the same time. Ooh. The Mets feel like they need to win this trade. Miguel Andujar, Clint Frazier, one of your 2 catching prospects, either Siegler or Josh Bro, and one of your low-level minor league starting pitchers.
I think it's
for Noah
unfair.
fucking Syndergaard.
But then what about when we have to face the Mets?
And then
Miguel Andujar gets up and he hits a home run in the Subway Series.
Did I win a World Series this year with Noah Syndergaard?
Yeah, but he hits a home run in the Subway Series, Christian.
Listen,
are the Mets 10 games under 500?
That's an incredible trade. Incredibly realistic trade, because that is exactly the trade that would happen if something goes down in this trade.
Tell me how unrealistic that is.
Here's my issue.
That's the move that's getting the Yankees a pitcher, whether it be Syndergaard or Bumgarner or Bauer.
No, I'm not doing it for I cannot do that trade for Madison Bumgarner.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem answering.
I can't.
I'm saying that's the move that the
here's
Yankees
my problem
have to make to get a big name pitcher.
My problem answering this question is not that I'm not okay with giving up Clint Frazier and Miguel Andujar right now. My problem is that I'm not as high on Noah Syndergaard as you are, and I don't know if he's my answer.
Who's your answer?
I'm not saying I have one, but I just don't know if.
Do you want to win the World Series this year?
I don't know if Noah Syndergaard does that.
Do you want to win the World Series this year?
I'm not big on Syndergaard.
Where are you? All right, then offer that deal to the Indians.
I'll do that deal to the Giants for Bumgarner.
Oh, I'll do that.
No.
I'll offer that to the Indians.
No. Ryan, you have to understand something.
I don't care though. I don't
care.
You
cannot offer that package for a rental. You absolutely cannot.
I would probably I would try to take out one of Frazier Andujar, but I'd make that deal, dude.
You cannot, Ryan. The only reason why
he's the greatest postseason pitcher of our generation.
The only reason why I'm going that steep is because I have another 2 years of Noah Syndergaard. I cannot, in good conscience, offer that trade for.
I'll do that. I will call the Indians and do it right now
for Trevor Bauer.
Yep. Bauer's my guy.
Okay.
And the Yankees will land Trevor Bauer. That's my call.
Do they have the same needs that the Mets do? I'm looking at what the Mets need. Do the Indians need a third baseman?
I'll answer.
Do they need
this
catching
way.
depth?
I'll answer it this way. Has Brian Cashman done nothing but shock you over the last few years? Can he somehow find a way, whether the Indians' needs are met or not, to get Trevor Bauer by including those 2 guys? Because those 2 guys mask any need. And if you tell me that you're getting Clint Frazier, Miguel Andujar, and some type of lower level pitching prospects there, you're probably giving up Trevor Bauer. I'm sticking to that. Now, if the Mets got that offer, I'll say this. If the Mets got that offer and still said no, if I'm Cashman, I never even think to call the New York Mets ever again. And if I'm a Mets fan, I never even watch another game because clearly they're a joke.
Here's the
that
issue.
addresses
Here's the
every
one
of their
issue
needs.
with making a deal with Cleveland right now. They're one game out in the division. They lead the wild card by 5 games.
And that's enough. When's Kluber coming back?
I have no idea.
Because they will still
honestly
win.
Don't know.
They will still win enough and be just as however. Look, if there's a meter on how powerful the Indians can possibly be this year, they've met that match. They've met it. And I think giving up Bauer, if you're getting Kluber back,
But
they're still going to make the postseason and they'll still make the
one
run.
for the other. But now maybe they're looking at it like we can win a World Series if we have Kluber and Bauer.
I just don't think so.
You don't think so, but you're not.
Late
you're not,
August,
You're
early
not
I don't
their
think
general
their
manager.
No, I think their general manager is very smart, and here's why.
Late August, early September for Kluber.
Yeah, so he's like
I
another
meant to make,
Severino.
I
What
meant
can
to make
Severino
this
do
point
for you in
last
that?
week or whenever. I talked about the 2016 Yankees, and when you said, what if they were 3 games out or something, or very close, I meant to say back to you, when I idiotically
What I
said
said was, what if they were holding a wild
Right.
card spot when?
and I idiotically said it doesn't matter. But what I meant to say was it doesn't matter to the point I'm getting at. The point I'm getting at is even if that team, the way it was constructed, was within a wild card spot, did you have any faith that that team could win a World Series?
That team, no, but
Right.
the Indians.
I just want you to
I
answer
think
that question.
The 2019 Indians, in my opinion, are better than the 2016 Yankees.
But my thing is, I think their general manager has gotten to a point where they know, yeah, they don't need to rebuild, but they do need a retooling. And this is the year they can do it because they're still good. They're
What if
getting
they just-
Kluber back.
What if they decide?
What's going on with Carrasco? And that's such a tough thing.
I don't know.
Does
The
he
guy's
think he's
got
going to
cancer.
pitch this year?
I don't know. I don't want. It's not something that you can speculate on.
Right. And you know, you hope he comes back for himself, for the team, everything, and can be the same guy. I think this is the year that the Indians
What
see
if the
that-
Indians decide they might trade Francisco Lindor in the offseason? This could be their last run. What they might want to go for it.
then maybe they don't let go of Lindor. Maybe they sign
They
Lindor.
can't afford to sign Francisco
Maybe
Lindor.
they-
They can't.
Why?
I have sources inside Cleveland that have told me that. No, I'm serious. They can't. They don't have the money to sign Francisco Lindor long term. This guy's one of the best 5 or 10 players in Major League
I
Baseball.
can't make full sense of it, but I feel that the Yankees are going to land Trevor Bauer.
I just don't.
That's just my feeling. That's what I feel. I think Trevor Bauer is the guy. And if you're going to ask me, out of all the guys out there, realistically, that the Yankees could land, that gives them their best opportunity to win it, if Madison Bumgarner isn't going anywhere, Trevor Bauer is my guy.
And I know how much Ryan loves Madison Bumgarner, but these packages that we're offering cannot go to a rental.
I agree. I would give up Clint Frazier
not
for
fair?
a rental at this point.
You can't give up Miguel Andujar and Clint Frazier in a deal for a
not
guy
both.
that you have for 2 or 3
Not
months.
both, but I'd give up Clint Frazier for him.
No, I still don't want to trade Frazier for a rental.
But you might have to.
No, I agree.
At this point,
Andujar, absolutely not.
But you're the one saying though, you want to win a World Series, bro, and you got to get fleeced sometimes. And if you're making deals with the Yankees,
But Ryan,
But you don't have to
Hold
give
on, let
up
me talk.
both.
but Ryan, for a rental though,
No,
that's just,
I know,
that's just
I know, Christian, but I didn't say that I would want them to make that move. I'm saying that's the move that would have to.
you can still get fleeced.
That's the move that would have to get done if the Yankees want to make a move because
Ryan,
the team's
you
trading
can
with
still
the
get
Yankees.
fleeced in a deal for a rental and not give up
But the
Andujar
team's trading
and
with the Yankees.
Frazier.
Yankees
boy.
aren't trying to trade for a 4 or 5 starter. They're trying to get an ace.
I need
you're
to
not gonna
fucking
get.
go.
You're not going to be able to just get an ace on your terms. It's going to have to be on the team you're trading with's terms.
But-
and their terms are
but-
going to be extraordinary.
But Rye, you got to also. You're
I know.
the
Then
owner
don't
of
make
a
the trade.
business.
Then don't make the trade.
You're the-
Brian Cashman has said that. He said, "Look, I'm
Then
prepared to
what
walk
the hell are we
away."
doing here?
I love
Why do
us.
we even record a show?
I love
today?
us.
Why do we record a show?
I love us. Listen,
But
you can't. You're a
wait, hold
business
on. Let me
person.
say something.
Just
Let me
him
say
get his
something.
point across, okay?
You guys are totally not getting what I'm saying. I'm not saying the Yankees should make this deal. I'm saying the Yankees, it's a necessity. It's going to be a requirement for them to have to get fleeced if they want any sort of big name pitcher.
And giving up.
And I'm not saying that's the smart thing. I'm saying that's the only way they're going to be able to do it.
Agreed 100%. But if you give up Clint Frazier for a rental like Bumgarner, you're already getting fleeced. You want to get fucking, I'm not even going to say it.
I know. I'm not saying that's what I want. I don't want
and
them to
give up also Andujar. You can't expect them to do that.
You want to get fleeced and followed in the same.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Saying, but that's what these teams are going to ask for, because then they're going to say, all
Brian
right,
Cashman's
then
married.
goodbye, because your team has given up fucking 80 runs. You're the New York Giants.
Look,
the New York Giants.
They're not good. They're not a good defense. I'm saying they're a football team the past 2 weeks at the worst. Can we just make a note of how terrible the timing of this season has been
really bad.
in the last 2 weeks? Not just for the Yankees, but then you have the Giants that have turned their season around at the worst possible time.
Hey, how about this?
Teams are going to use that as leverage.
How about this? How about we envision we're Red Sox fans right now, right? And we're so fucking happy. You got Mookie Betts doing his juke moves as he rounds third base, and everything's all good in Fenway Park, right? And you just fucking killed the Yankees in 3 straight games. But how about this? How about the Yankees win today, and you walk away from this series and go,
kick their ass tonight.
But we're still 10 games out of first place. Fuck you.
Yeah, really. The Yankees
Let's
have
win
to
a
open
fucking
up the
game
Red Sox
today
and raise eyes tonight.
This is what we're dealing with right now. We are dealing with a powerhouse of a team. Whether you think the pitching sucks or not, this team is really, really good. They do need to make a move. The one thing that would upset me, the one move that would upset me by the trade deadline is making no move at all.
I need more information than just that they didn't make a move, though.
What do you mean?
Well, if they were trying their hardest to get Marcus Stroman, and the Blue Jays would not move off of asking for Gleyber Torres.
Absolutely. Look,
or they called the Tigers for Matthew Boyd. I hate Matthew Boyd. I don't know him personally. I just hate him as a pitcher. And the Tigers
you hate
are
the
like,
idea of him right now.
The Tigers are like, well, Gleyber Torres. And then
that's what. Look, we said this how many times? Any team that Cashman calls, if their response is Gleyber Torres, they clearly don't want to make a deal.
They don't want to do business.
It's known. It's known now. This isn't a secret. The Yankees aren't giving up Gleyber Torres, and if you're a Yankee fan who thinks they should, you're not a fan. You're some kid who doesn't understand.
You don't understand baseball,
right?
It's just basic. It's just basic common knowledge of this right now.
I mean, come on. You shouldn't even be watching.
Come on.
Or if you're gonna watch, learn.
It's not going to be the show.
Learn a little. Okay. So who are the serious teams and who aren't? I think the Indians are a serious team to just call.
I agree. Call them and see what they want to do. But I based on their standing, I don't see them making a deal like that.
If Noah Syndergaard becomes that guy, and I have to make that trade that you propose, man, you better win a fucking World Series this year.
Yes, but
you better.
Yeah.
And if you do, I'm fine with it.
With that deal that I offered the Mets, do the Mets feel like they win the deal?
Oh, they better.
Yeah.
What are they going to say?
Christian,
I can't have him on the mound winning a ring in Game 7 of the World Series. Then go fucking
if you're the Mets, that's the most perfect possible trade that you can possibly be offered by any team in baseball.
The Wilpons are clearly.
I just gave you two starting.
Everything.
I just gave you 2 starting players in your 2020 starting lineup.
Not even just starting players.
And then your maybe potentially future catcher,
bro. Not even 2 starting players
that can use both his arms.
2 guys who are going to be all-stars
or something. Siegler,
all-stars.
Or he could pitch too, right? Siegler.
And you can't say
one of the catchers, but they weren't going to use him as a pitcher.
And you can't say
when he was drafted, one of them was.
You can't say Frazier doesn't work because he's not a true outfielder. He doesn't. You have guys like Christian said that are misplaced all over the outfield.
How perfect would Clint Frazier be for the Mets? I mean, he's like built for the Mets.
I gotta go.
And then you know what the Mets can do? Then they can trade Dom Smith for bullpen help.
Yeah.
They don't have to play Dom Smith in the fucking outfield.
There you go.
This is such a win for the Mets.
You would have Miguel Andujar, Jeff McNeil, Pete Alonso, and Clint Frazier, along with Michael Conforto.
That's a hell of a lineup.
Come on, that's 6 guys right there.
That's a good lineup, man.
Who else would they? that lineup is scary.
If Brian Cashman is serious about
you only have 8 guys. You only have 8 offensive
If Brian
players.
Cashman is serious about getting Noah Syndergaard
is a great 7 or 8 hitter now at that point.
That's a deal you have to, because look at it. Everybody at this table, and I know Chris has got an engagement to get to. We'll just wrap it up on this. We all at this table love Miguel Andujar.
Love him.
Yeah.
He's become expendable.
Totally. Yes, he has.
He has, Chris.
He's expendable for either Urshela or LeMahieu. There's 2 people that can play.
Here's my issue with that statement. If you're going to sit here and tell me he's expendable because Gio Urshela is having a good year, I'm going to fight you on it.
I'm not.
But if you're telling me he's expendable because his defense has never come around and we have a guy in DJ LeMahieu who we could possibly sign and extend over a couple years and play him at third, I'm going to say 100% you're right.
He's expendable because of DJ LeMahieu, and you have a capable guy like Gio Urshela
who clearly has offensive talent, and he just found it. Like he's not going to replicate this every single year, but he's a serviceable offensive player now.
I would much rather trade Miguel Andujar and get myself Noah Syndergaard than fuck around with him at third base next year, or even worse, try him out at first base.
Yep.
I'm sorry. It's just the way I feel right now.
I agree.
No.
Because then I would...
I was thinking that last week.
How much of that is you forgetting how good he is offensively?
I know how good he is
he's great,
offensively.
but I mean, look at Gio Urshela's numbers. He's hitting 300. That's what Andujar hit last year.
You're 2020.
He's great,
if
but
you're
they
20,
have options.
If you trade Andujar, that means you got to back the truck up and give Didi what he wants. Then
right.
Okay, so your infield then next year is Voit, Glaber, Didi, and LeMahieu.
Right.
Or you'd have to make sure one of LeMahieu, Urshela, or Didi were like locked up for multiple years.
And then you told
not Urshela,
and you
more
can't
LeMahieu
and you
Didi.
can't, and you got to give LeMahieu
Glaber.
an extension. You got to tell him here's another 2 or 3 years. What do you want?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, which I think he'd be the kind of guy.
DJ loves being
This is what I
here.
want. Let's
DJ loves being here. He wouldn't be difficult to come to an agreement
Is he doing
with.
all right? I looked it up. They said they're not sure if they're going to put him on.
It was a low grade strain. They came out after the game yesterday. They're not going to IL him. They're going to play it day to day and hope that
Have to fucking go. Just like you know.
And hope that he can maybe be ready for. Excuse me. I don't know. He probably is going to miss the Arizona series. Maybe he'll be in there.
I'm going to air this episode, by the way, as soon as I possibly can.
All right. So we'll wrap up here because Chris has got to get to the going, as they say.
I have an affair to be at.
So tonight, hopefully you're pumped up and ready now. We got you juiced up for Herman versus Sale tonight.
And and before you keep going, let me just fucking burn this into your brain. Everyone listening, everyone watching. As discouraging, like I said before, as these 3 games have been, with 1 win, the Red Sox walk away 10 games in the loss column out of first place. Just think about that. Just think about it. That's how much this game means right now.
Yeah. So, and like I said earlier in the show, this is a big game for Domingo Germán. He can prove a lot about himself tonight with a big performance. Then the Yanks will have an off day, 2 against Arizona.
And another off day.
And then Wednesday is the trade deadline. Yankees are playing at 1:00. We will be back Wednesday evening to kind of break down those 2 games against Arizona and, maybe another new addition to the New York Yankees.
Yeah,
we'll
so
see
by
what
the
happens.
next time we record, the roster could look a little bit different, huh?
It better. I mean,
Gun to your head. Do the Yankees
Trevor
make
Bauer.
a move? No, that's not what I asked. Do the Yankees make a move?
Yes.
Yes, for a reliever, though, not for a starter. Will Smith.
I just don't see how Brian
Independence
Cashman
Day.
sits on his hands.
No,
He will
maybe
do.
not Will Smith.
He will do something.
I see a reliever coming here, or Robbie Ray from the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Apparently, the Mets are in on him too. So I don't even. I have no idea.
Mets are just
Mets
I
are
have
in
no
on
idea.
everyone. Yeah.
I have
little
no idea
brother,
what
bro.
the hell.
The little brother always has to copy their older brother.
Sure.
But you know what, Brian? If somebody can send him this file right now, offer fucking Andujar and Frazier and one of your catchers and a pitcher and go and just ask Brody. Just be like, bro, come on, bro, come on.
Brody would be like, yeah, but you should probably act like Torres to that deal.
All right. Thank you for listening to episode 136 of the NYYST podcast. Follow our sponsors, Baseballism, at Baseballism. Follow us on Twitter, also at excuse me, at NYY Sports Talk. Stat Guy Ryan.
Go Yanks.
Chris, say goodbye.